Welcome to Kicking It with Cam on the SGSR podcast, and today we are here with Jordan Hancock, Ohio State cornerback. How are you feeling?
I'm doing well, feeling good.
That's good. So I just kind of want to go through the timeline of your journey so far. First off, where are you from?
I'm from Gwinnett County. It's a county just outside of Atlanta, and specifically I live in Suwanee, Georgia, so yeah.
Okay. And at what age did you start playing sports?
Started playing when I was 3, just being around my brother and my dad. Grew up in sports, so I was always around basketballs and footballs. And then organized sports, I started playing at 4.
And what sports did you play?
I played baseball, first sport. Second sport was football, and then last sport was basketball.
And at what point did you know, like, throughout your childhood, like, okay, like, football is the one I really like. Like, that's the one that I want to go far with.
Shoot, I knew my freshman year, kind of just coaches coming in, asking about me, like, oh, who's this kid? So I kind of just chose football after that.
And then I'm sure growing up in Georgia, it's a state where you have higher levels of competition. How do you think that prepared you going into high school?
Like going into high school, playing like AAU, so many kids that were just super good, and maybe they didn't reach that college level, but they were better in middle school. Kind of prepared me for high school, but just playing in the Gwinnett County area, we always play the best people in the county and the state, so it prepared me smooth.
And would you say that helped you prepare you coming to college too, where, you know, you kind of are going from where you're already playing a higher level to playing a serious level? How do you think you were able to balance the two with that experience?
So the balance was easy. Like when I first got to college, I'm like, dang, this is a little bit easier than high school because people from Georgia, them kids different over there. You know, I've been playing schools from other different states like Florida, so going to the Midwest was a little bit easier, you know.
Looking back now, you've had a couple years here in college. What's some advice that you would give your high school self going into college? Like if you can look back and say, oh, I should have prepared myself for this, or I'm glad I did this, what would you look back and tell your high school self?
I'll probably just tell my high school self, like, slow down. Everything doesn't have to, like, happen so quick or stuff's not going to happen the way you want it to happen. And then just slow down, live your life for real. And that's kind of my advice to my younger self.
So we talk about you coming into college. You were already prepared talent-wise, but were there any challenges that you faced adjusting?
It was challenges more like not stupid stuff, but like off the field stuff. Like, oh, you got to come to Sasso, Fawcett, tutoring. You got to make it on time. You can't play around in meetings and stuff like that. Like, I like to joke around, so being serious all the time in the facility was a huge, like, problem or issue for me. So then I just learned the last couple, or probably like 6 months ago, I really just learned the game and moved differently.
And you've been here for a couple years now. I would consider you almost an upperclassman, and it's crazy to say, right? That's crazy to say, for real. So being an upperclassman, I feel like that involves learning how to be a leader. What strengths do you think you have that make you that leader here at Ohio State?
I feel like I'm still working on being a leader for real because it's hard. I'm vocally hard to be a leader. Like, it's hard for me to speak up and stuff like that. So kind of just leading by example, just showing people you can have fun and play with swag. Like, you don't have to be this serious person, put on the serious persona. Like, you can be yourself and go play. So I feel like that's my way of being a leader for real.
I feel like that's so important too, because sometimes people get onto a team and they try so hard to, you know, lead, but they forget to just be themselves and have fun with it. So It's good that you're able to, you know, still find love in the sport while also focusing and taking it serious. Right. With that being said, what do you think sets you apart from other players in your position? Not just Ohio State, but in general. Like, what do you think sets you apart from other cornerbacks?
So probably just like my athleticism. I feel like just smarts for the game. I've always watched football. Like, all I do is watch football. Like, on YouTube, I'm watching football. If I'm not watching football, I'm playing football, like, on a video game. So I'm always around football. So just my intelligence, learning the game, always doing that. So I'll anticipate stuff before it happens. And I feel like that's probably my best trait.
And then here at Ohio State, I know they are big on brotherhood. What can you say you have learned from teamwork in general? Like, obviously, you have the culture where, you're building bonds with your teammates each and every day, but what have you learned in general from teamwork? Because at the end of the day, on the field, that's what you guys are working on. So
Yeah, it's like, especially football. That's why football is so beautiful because literally it's the ultimate team sport. Like,
Yep.
if the line doesn't block, the quarterback can't get the ball off.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything. Like, the receiver has to block for running backs, and defensively, the D line has to get to the quarterback so he can get the ball out of
so
his
many
hands
pieces
quick.
of the
Like,
puzzle.
it's crazy. Like, people just think it's just you just got to win your one-on-one matchup, but mainly it's just every aspect of football.
Which person has made the biggest impact on your career so far? Like, if you could pinpoint one person that has had a major impact, who would that be?
Shoot, probably Josh Proctor. Like, when he came in, or excuse me, when I came in, he was already like a senior. And, like, he just always taught me the ropes. When I came in, he had his stuff he went through. So when I came in, he made sure I didn't go through those same problems he had to go through. And mainly just him. That's really like my big homie since I've been here.
That's interesting that you said that because Kai had the same answer. And I think that's important because sometimes we need that person coming into a new environment to just be there as like a guide, And so I think it's big that he's been able to, step up and take that role. What's been your most memorable experience so far, game, or it doesn't have to be anything serious, but like something that you can look back on?
Shoot, probably the Rose Bowl my freshman year. Like, I'm over there like 160 pounds, like out there running on kickoff. I remember I got hit so hard, bruh. So like, that's probably my most memorable part. It's just hilarious. That whole game, that whole trip was funny. It was just that from that point, when we got in Cali, that was probably the most fun part I've had in my life. And then last year, the playoff, being back in Atlanta, I remember I was with like Ryan Turner the whole trip. Like, all of us was playing around for real. So probably them too.
And I think of the Atlanta game, it brings me to my next question. How do you deal with your own nerves and, times when there's a lot of pressure? How do you keep yourself motivated or your teammates? Because I know that was a important game.
Shoot, honestly, like, I saw something like John Jones said, like, being nervous is also like being excited. It's the same feeling. So when I'm feeling nervous, I know that's a good thing. Like, if I'm feeling nervous, but I'll channel it into being excited. So I'll be more hyped compared to nervous. Even though I'm still nervous, I'm just like more like, I'm trying to get this out the way, like handle business for real.
Yeah, that's important. If you could change one thing about the way football is played, a rule, anything, what would it be?
Shoot, a rule? Dang. Man, I really don't know for real. Targeting or something like that. Some people can have some weird targetings by accident, and you got to get thrown out the game and then sit out the first half of the next game. Like, that's so weird. Like, I don't really like that. I don't really like that.
You talked about, what advice you would give your high school self. In terms of advice, or if you could tell a younger kid something, what would you tell them that it would take to be successful in the NFL? Because I know that's where you're going and that's what your goal is. So what do you think is one piece of advice you could tell someone that would help them be successful there?
Shoot, it's the same game you play since you're 5 years old. Like, don't look at it any differently. Go out there confidence. If you don't have confidence in yourself, it's not gonna play out too well. So probably just confidence and have that mentality like nobody else can mess with you on the field or court, whatever sport you're playing. So just have that mentality and just always think you're the best person out there.
I'm glad you brought up confidence because that's something as an athlete that I always had to focus on. And just always asking myself the question, like, how can I expect other people to believe in me if I don't believe in myself?
Right. Yeah.
So where do you think that you get your levels of confidence from?
Probably just being the youngest kid in my family. Like, always playing my brother and stuff. And I'm like, oh, you can't mess with me. He's like 5 years older than me. And I remember I was just super confident when I was younger. I was like, there's no other kid that can even be on the same level as me. I just always kept that. I was just kind of an arrogant mindset, but it led me this far. So, shoot, I just got to keep it at this point.
We'll go to the fun questions now because we're going to focus on football. What do you like to do outside of football? Like, what's your favorite thing to do?
Everyone knows I like playing a video game. Like, I'll be at home for probably like 12 hours. Like, On the video
12
game.
hours on the game?
I promise you. On the game straight. But recently I've been playing Fortnite because they dropped that old map. I've been on there so much, bro. So, like, really just Fortnite for real.
You play Madden?
Yeah, I play Madden all the time. But this year's Madden's low-key weird because I had to stop playing Madden because I'm around football so much.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro.
I get that because
know
you already practicing every day, you studying outside of it, and then you playing the game. So.
Exactly.
So you talked about you were good at basketball. So I have a question for you. Who's your starting five? You can only pick teammates on your football team. Starting five for basketball, including yourself.
Starting five, shoot. I put me at the one. I go center. Can I go recent teammates too?
Yeah.
DeJuan at the center. CJ at shooting guard. CJ Stroud. And then small forward, I had to put Mar's nice. And JT at my power forward.
That's your starting five.
That's my starting five. I feel like I'm missing a point guard though. Like if I have to sit out, there's probably somebody else, but I just can't think right now.
I remember the Ohio State football team. Their page. They did a video, and it seems like a lot of football players enjoy playing basketball. Do y'all think you're better than them? The basketball team?
Shoot, over there they're nice and all. Like they're nice, but
it'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting. They work on a year round. Like let us work a year round on basketball.
Anybody would, yeah. If you could pick one superpower, what would it be?
Shoot. Man, I'll probably say, like, teleportation. Because, like, bro, I'm so impatient. Like, I hate driving to stuff or walking to class in general.
Or traffic, or you got to get through.
Like Atlanta traffic? No.
Oh, no.
Like, teleportation.
No. Y'all be on the highway for, like, 40 minutes trying to get to the next exit.
Mm-mm.
If you could pick any celebrity to play you in a movie, who would it be?
Shoot, play me. I mean, like... I feel like the best actor would be Denzel Washington, but he a little bit too serious for me. So like probably Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, no cap.
And do you have any hidden talents? Like, is there anything that people don't know about you besides you being a great cornerback?
Shoot, hidden talents.
Could be anything. Do you know how to cook?
No, I don't know how to cook. I'm really boring, bro. Like my hidden talent is like I'll probably say just being lazy. It's weird to say, like, I'll probably say to do absolutely nothing the whole day.
And
like,
be okay with it. Like,
that's a talent,
yeah,
for sure.
I get that. Favorite meal? What's your favorite meal to eat after a game?
Shoot, after a game, I don't even eat for real. Like, I really don't. I'll probably say favorite meal back at the crib, Cajun chicken pasta. My mom makes it. It's so fire. Like, I always eat that. Favorite meal, probably shrimp Alfredo. Anything Alfredo goes crazy. Like I mess with Alfredo.
I like Alfredo too. Mm-hmm. Who do you think the most underrated player in the NFL is?
Underrated? Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs? Really?
Like I low key just because he wears that 7 and getting 11 interceptions is crazy. Like people thought he was trash because he would get bombed sometimes, but like I like people making interceptions. Like I just think that's super cool.
Okay. And my last question for you would be, if you're stranded on an island and you could only pick one teammate to come with you, who would you pick?
Stranded on an island. Shoot. One teammate. Bruh. That's low.
Only one teammate.
Only one?
Someone that might be, like, strategic. Y'all ain't got no food or nothing.
Do we have to survive? Or
yeah,
like
you have
the
to survive.
Most
no,
fun?
You have to survive. Okay, survive and have fun. The person that you can do both with.
Survive and have fun. I would say... Bro, low-key EP, he gonna make me laugh. He gonna make me laugh the whole time, and I'll totally forget about, like, all the problems. So probably just EP, for real.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for coming and sitting down with me, and you guys catch the next episode of Kicking It with Cam soon.